Cancer, it's your turn. This is a romance reading. This is, well, we're going to be talking about your love life. Past and present and future, okay? Cancer, sun, moon, rising. Venus. Cuspers, you too. Cross watchers, come on in. Okay, thanks for your patience. Sorry, I usually have that done already, but I kind of did a full deck flip here. So for me, I kind of utilize every card in the deck here. I'm using Jeremy Hush's. Hold on, let me show you. Where is it? Hush Tarot deck. It's really good for those who are really in touch with nature, in touch with their emotions, in touch with their feelings. Constantly seeking beauty and balance. You're very sentimental, you're very sensitive. You don't like superficial people or feelings. You don't like small talk. You know, if you're going to have a conversation, let it be deep. Let it be meaningful. I'm getting in your past, you really got knocked off balance by someone you dated. And you got knocked off balance because they tried to knock you off balance. But this is you ending that cycle and coming full circle in a way where you love yourself more. And you understand yourself more. You had to really retreat into your personal space for a while, into your own privacy, or that's where you are right now. Literally leaving an abusive relationship, partnership, could even be a job that you loved or one time was very fulfilling to you, but it never followed through. You do have the love of your life coming, by the way. But it's like everything else had to fall through first. And it did. So it's that part's over. That part's over. If there's any warning, to be self-aware about relationships, it's know that you can be overly sentimental maybe, so it's just, if you've decided to move on from someone, you hold yourself to that. And you don't go back. There's no going back here. It's an opportunity to start a chapter in your life where you're actually feeling beautiful and fertile and abundant. Hi, kitty. Sorry, I have a new little rescue kitten. He might pop up. But you know that because of everything you went through, when this new person comes in, it's good to be self-aware about the fact that you might be a really hard person to get to know. And you might be really intimidating. Because of all this personal power that you have cultivated, it might come off as unapproachable. Or you might just come off as overly sensitive to people sometimes. But that's okay. You just don't need to be around those kind of people anymore. It's really important for a Cancer to have people in their life that are kind. And a Cancer will notice the little details about people's behavior that nobody else notices. You know, how do they treat animals? How do they treat children? How do they treat the help, you know? Those that they employ or have power over or inspire. You need people around you that respect your personal bubble, you know, your little safe space, your personal space and your privacy. So, if this hasn't already happened, this is a great week to just kind of be alone. By yourself, with the hermit. Working on your inner workings. Because your true love is about to come in. I guess it wouldn't come up if I wasn't supposed to talk about it. I guess either this is an archetype that a lot of you are working through, or this is just a random specific for like one or two people. And we're about to talk about your toxic ex right now. They kind of destroyed your life. Not kind of. They totally destroyed your life. It's hard for you to trust people because of this person. You know, it's like that person. I feel like this person is everything that you don't need. Like you had to experience everything that you don't need in love, or that is toxic for you or harmful for you, and it just kind of manifested as this one perfect storm person. And it was really interesting because I pulled some cards on it. Hold on. Gotta sit down for this. What was my chicken scratch, by the way? I feel like I always have more little notes for Cancer than anyone else. Oh. You became unbreakable, but you weren't really functional. That sounds familiar. Stay tuned. And it says, this is a question I have for y'all. Are Cancers stubborn in love? Like even with fighting, even if you're broken up, you'll still like fight with them for a while because it takes so long for you to let someone in your inner world, into your heart, that even if they've hurt you or betrayed you, you have a hard time letting go. That's what I meant by stubborn. So, I'm not trying to talk down to anyone. I think you've done the best you can in this situation. This is applause from the universe, by the way, for walking away from this, for standing up for yourself, or for what you're about to do, which is that. So yeah, do y'all feel like maybe you have a hard time letting go, or if you decide, I love that person, even if maybe you don't, like even if looking back you really, really thought you loved that person, that was your soulmate, you were sure of it, you'd do anything for them, and looking back on it, you're like, they're not even a likable person. Did I really love them, or did I just kind of decide to love them and because I'm loyal, because I'm devoted? I don't know, that's not for everybody. Yeah, comment below. It's like someone that would be still living rent-free in your head, even if you broke up. Time to move away from that. How? Baby steps. Self-awareness. You already have worked on that. Congratulations. You have the Emperor and the Empress. This is you in your full power before your soulmate comes in. Strength, the Hermit, Temperance, Justice. And over here, the Star for you two. Everything beautiful. So before I get into this kind of creepy person that you had to deal with, who stole your joy, they stole your light. It's like, nobody can steal your whatever, this person crushed you. I don't want to get into we teach people how to treat us. No, I think this person came in and I saw, I destroyed, or whatever. I came, I saw, I conquered. The Caesar thing that was from Caesar. It was like a conquest. You were like a conquest. I think this person was into some dark stuff, because the Tower has come up for every reading this week when it came to those who had been either in a life of crime or manipulation or corruption or involved in secret societies that perpetuate lies or violence or deceit, or conspiracy. And conspiracy does happen every day. You're not crazy if you understand that conspiracies are real, but you're not going to believe in everything that comes across your plate, like the Q thing. It's conspiracy's not going to be handed to you on a plate anymore. And so I think this person might have been a part of like a little secret club or society, or they were just like literally a gang member. And they're all about to go to jail. So, congratulations on getting that person out of your life. And congratulations on really making lemonade out of lemons by being the bigger person and allowing it to teach you and help you expand. And learn to love yourself. After this person, it's like everything that this person wanted to do to you, to like knock you down a peg or something. I don't know why you dated this person, but we're not going to go there, because I think that if they were messing with magic or dark magic, they probably knew how to hypnotize a little bit, or they were part of the little group that thinks that that's okay and that's what they do and that's how they live, and you kind of have to learn the hard way. Ask me how I know, to even understand that exists, because how can you conceive if you're a good person and you don't live your life in a malicious way? Like, I may be obnoxious and belligerent, but I'm never hateful and I'm never malicious. And so I think whoever you are that way too. So whoever you were with was malicious and they were manipulative, and what they wanted to do is make you hate yourself. And guess what? It ends up as it turns out, they made you love yourself more. They wanted you to hate the world, and guess what? You love the world more. They wanted to isolate you from your art, and guess what? You're more of an artist. And don't let them pop up when everything's going great and give you some sort of you couldn't have done this without me. Oh no. No. Reminds me of this old Alanis Morissette song from back in the 90s, and I can't remember the name. And I just remember this one part. Comment below if you know what it is. Oh, she's talking about, I see right through you. And, She's talking about making an album and creating art. And there's this line where she says, like, you scan your credits for the name and you wonder why it's not there. Right? Because this person doesn't deserve it. Like, you thrived in spite of them, not because of them. They needed you. You didn't need them. You know, it's like that, A Star is Born, where the character of the guy who was just kind of predatory on this beautiful, bright, shining, gifted artist and latched on, you know, and kind of married her, and then it just made her think that they were soulmates. And they weren't. And she could have done bad by herself. And she could have become a star by herself because she was gifted, because that's who she was born to be. So, as a metaphor, you had to understand the difference between love, lust, projection, loyalty, natural attraction, and manipulation. You never felt heard because they didn't hear you. It wasn't in their prerogative to. They didn't think that way. They don't see love that way. Like, that person was superficial. That's how you know you don't want someone that is skin deep or materialistic. You want not just to be able to trust them, but you want to be trusted. And this person, your ex, never ever trusted you, and it's because they weren't trustworthy. You know, they were projecting that onto you because that's how they were, but you're not the same. You're not like them. You were never like them. They treated people like garbage, and that's a clue. And they made you the butt of the joke. By the way, don't do that to a Cancer. Don't do that. You know, like, a Cancer has a really great sense of humor. As long as it's not mean. As long as it's not making them like the object of ridicule. The butt of the joke. Like, they'll be gone so fast, they'll retreat immediately into their shell, into their safe place. And that's a clue for somebody that, to make fun of other people is not funny. It's like the lowest, scummiest, worthless form of humor there is. So making fun of people, making fun of you is not funny to you. And this new person won't be that way. It'll be a stark contrast. It'll be like markedly. Like in The Wizard of Oz, walking from a black and white world, which was your ex, to a full-on color wonderland where your needs are met. You feel safe. You trust them and you are trusted. They trust you back. And it feels really good. It's going to feel really good. Tell me what this is, by the way. I have another chicken scratch here of Vidi Vidi Vici. I already said that. That was I saw, I conquered. That was about as deep as their feelings were for you. But there was some dark stuff going on there. I got the VVV. 6 times. 6 V's. 666. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep that vague, and if that means anything to you, or if you're recalling anything from the relationship that's coming back, or if they practiced magic. Bad news bears, guys. But, yeah, VVV, Vidi Vidi Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. from Caesar, but votive vetiver volition. Why did I write that? Go vetiver hunting would be something that you can do. Maybe you need vetiver, or you're having a lot of headaches. You can find vetiver out in the wild. Maybe you just need to go for a little hike and go vetiver hunting. See if you can find it in your area, because it helps relieve stress, trauma, and shock. So whoever your ex is, they caused stress, trauma, and shock with this I came, I saw, I conquered thing. Votive, an object offered in fulfillment of a vow. Offered or consecrated? That's creepy to me. Like they didn't see you as a gift from God, as a soulmate to build a life with and to honor and respect and be loyal to. They saw you as like God gave you them to use or something. That's really gross. They're really disgusting, whoever this person was. And let me tell you something. Oh, hold on. What else do I have? Volition. And I wrote, I don't even know what that means, you guys. I'm hella ignorant. I'm blonde, so I looked that up. Volition. The faculty or power of using one's will voluntarily, of your own volition. So this person made you do things that you thought were voluntary that were not voluntary. It was like not of your own free will. So if there was anything that happened when you guys were together, please forgive yourself for that. No self-doubt, no shame. That's in the past. Like you've done enough suffering from what I can tell. Okay? You have full-on permission from the universe to suffer no more. Okay? Maybe that's just a message for somebody in specifically. But this person that I pulled some cards on, this ex, as an archetype, and it would be like this with the judgment. I feel like you've already made the judgment call, or it's coming. There will be something more that brings all of the skeletons out of the closet. The truth will be known. The dead arise. What they thought would never be found out is being found out, if this isn't over yet. And it's the catalyst, and it's the nail in the coffin, and it gives you the confidence to move forward and stand up for yourself and say no, and just go be by yourself for a while and stand in your own courage and power, because you can do bad by yourself truly, fully. Knight of Swords in reverse here. So if you know their astrology, we are talking about a Libra, an Aquarius, or a Gemini. And that could be sun or moon sign. Or Venus sign, since we're talking about love, and you had an opportunity for a beautiful, but well, no, not really, because they were never truly who they said they were. When this is up like this, it's like a quest for truth, and they accept nothing less than the truth. But when it's like this, they give nothing but lies. They live in a world of lies. And if it's not that is their sign, the archetype would be that instead of being organized, they're completely disorganized, they're completely scattered, they're completely messy, they're completely everywhere, all over the place. You might not know what you're going to get. They treat people according to, how their day is going, not whether it's fair or not. They're completely careless about your emotions. Like I was saying, they're completely careless about how they treat other people as well. That's interesting. Oh yeah, let me tell you about this card. I put this card down and then I came back. I'm out in a workshop here. That's where I do my little tarot, and I work and I make and I do and whatever. So every once in a while a little bug will come in here, but when I laid this card down there wasn't a bug. And when I came back there was like this dead little bug. It was like a little beetle on his face, like this person. It's like they're an insect. This person's like an insect to me. And so I'm like, oh crap, so I'm going to go throw this bug away. I lift it up and it starts to wiggle. It's like this thing won't die. This person won't die. They won't let you go. They won't. It's like, why won't you die? Why won't you die? And so I took it outside because I try to respect life as much as I can. If he's still alive, let me take him outside. And I flipped it and then I brought the card back in, and tell me that bug was still on his face. That bug was still alive and kicking and on his face. So it could be that this person wasn't ever even really fully in control because of what they were messing with, and that's how that works. Let's see, look at these little bugs. Yeah, so anyway, it really took a lot for me to brush that bug off of this card before I brought it back in. And I made these cards the other day, and what came up for him or her here: if you shut up truth and bury it underground, it will but grow and gather to itself such explosive power that the day it bursts through, it will blow up everything in its way. Émile Zola, j'accuse. So anything that was hidden is coming to light. If you haven't left them yet, and you're like, I'm sure. I'm sure that, this is my soulmate, but everything else resonates. Something explosive is about to happen this week, where the truth comes up. You're gonna see it for what it is. What's behind this? Something's going to happen if it hasn't already. If not, congratulations on choosing to move forward. It's like if you chose to do the right thing, you're going to be rewarded for that. If you chose to be alone instead of being popular with those who are on the wrong path or those who are not kind, you'll be rewarded for that. So, this is an opportunity for you. We have the Fool, which is a new opportunity, a new start. It's an awakening after the end of a successful cycle. So although it was painful and dark, congratulations. It's like you graduated, you moved away. You can close the book, and this new one is going to be beautiful and exciting. She by the river sat, and sitting there, she wept, and made it deeper by a tear. Herrick upon Julia weeping. So maybe, if you haven't yet, give yourself some time to just cry, just cry, just cry. If something comes up this week with the Mars retrograde that's about to happen, be alone. Be in your sovereign power, the Emperor and the Empress together. You always have nature. You can always reach out. Meditate. Mother Nature is here for you. Mother Nature wants to bring you justice. Ugh. Oh, just a warning. We're talking about the birds and the bees here. So, birds and the bees here. If you're not wanting to get pregnant right now, and it's a very fertile time for you. If you want to get pregnant right now, now's the time. If you don't want to get pregnant right now, really make sure that you protect yourself. If that's not it, this is just a promise of abundance and justice for you. I see that anyway. And 10 of Wands here in this deck. To be very literal with Jeremy Hush's deck, it talks about responsibility. It looks hard. And it is hard. But it's because you're doing amazing things. Amazing accomplishments mean that you have to work hard to maintain them. It's burdensome. And it is, but you did it and you're doing it. So congratulations there. If you need to delegate anything at work because of all these emotions that are coming through, because of this really deep pain that might be resurfacing, or if you're literally just leaving this person this week, don't be afraid to delegate more than you normally would. And you don't have to ask, you can tell. You can just say, hey, I need you to do this, and you to do this, and you to do this. And then step back and let it happen, okay? But in a loving way. In a way where if you have employees, they still feel supported, or if you're the leader of a troop or a group, your people still feel loved and supported, but they just know that you need a little extra personal time this week, and you can leave it at that. You guys wear your heart on your sleeve a lot, so you couldn't hide it anyway. You'd just be explaining to people, what's wrong? Are you okay? Are you okay? And I think you really hate that when you're trying to be strong. So if it's easier for you to just keep yourself aside, go ahead and do that this week, okay? But just remind yourself you've come so far. You've done amazing things. And yes, it's burdensome, but that's part of the deal, and you do know that. This person was really dark-sided, and it almost brought you in touch with your dark side, because we do all have that. We do all have the potential to go one way or another. And maybe this person really brought out your dark side. They brought out maybe your anger. Or if it's not that, it's just literally your fear and your anxiety. They cause so much fear and anxiety in your life that you didn't even know it was coming from them. But it was. So 6 of Swords after this is beautiful to me with the Emperor. This is retreat. You've made that decision. You made the right decision. It's a transition period for you. You're leaving a bad situation. You're leaving a bad situation. It was a bad situation. And with this card, it's a little bit scary because you kind of still feel like you're in the storm. You kind of feel like you're still in the war a little bit. A little PTSD there, Or just looking back and being like, is that really, am I seeing this clearly? And maybe you had to get a little bit further away from it with time or space to see something clearly. And that's happening for you too. And it's going to put you in a position of feeling confident and powerful. It's unknown territory. Did I say that? That's why it's scary. Because you don't know what's coming. But you do it anyway. You choose courage and courage chooses you. It's the taming of an animal spirit here too with the Hermit and the Strength card that maybe could have only come from for being stubborn. You had to be a little bit stubborn to see something else with this person. Almost like if you would have left with the first red flag, you wouldn't have learned like one more thing that you needed for your path here. But that's not to say thank you to them, right? We're not going to have sympathy for the devil. You're not going to put their name in the credits of your album when you release it. They don't deserve it. You thrived in spite of them, not because of them. Remind yourself of that. And there's always more to learn. There's always more to learn here. But you're going to have so much more confidence. And you're going to feel like you're in control again. You're going to be able to be a strategic thinker and have control of your emotions. Like the Emperor is like the 4 kings together. And this could be male or female. But moving forward, taking action. Being persistent. And having control over your emotions, over your actions, over your light and dark side. You learn balance. You understand balance. And that's worth more than all the money in the world here. So if leaving this person is leaving wealth or money, it's a promise that it never would have been okay anyway. It never would have been the fairy tale ending. Never. So be confident in your decision to move away from this person, is how I see this. Don't fall in line here. You weren't made to fall in line. So if everyone else thinks it's a terrible decision, if everyone else is mad at you for this decision, that's just too bad. Gosh, there was another reading this week where it was like, you're going to make a decision this week that no one else understands, and everyone's going to be mad at you for it. And I wonder if that was... I'll link it below, but whatever that sign is, you might have that as your moon sign or a rising sign. I'll figure it out. I'll link it. I'm so sorry. My brain, y'all. But, also as advice here, you have true love coming. Like, you really have a soulmate coming. You have a partnership that's going to be everything you ever wanted. So don't be too unapproachable. That brings me back full circle to what I was saying about how sometimes Cancers need to understand that, they can be intimidating. And if it's not that, it's just that they can be very, very hard to know. But for the right person, at the right time, you really need to let the right one in. So try not to be overly sensitive or overly sentimental about the past. And don't engage with that ex if they pop back up. Fighting with them is engaging. It's exchange of energy, right? So just avoid that if that comes up. If it's a thing of the past, just really congratulations. Really, congratulations. Clarity. Temperance and Jeremy Hush's deck is clarity. Clarity and vision. So don't mask your feelings or intentions at all. Say what you mean what you say. Focus on your creativity. And I like this card in this deck because it's not necessarily like work on the details. It's, yes, details, but it's a focus on your creativity, and the details will come into focus for you. So your ups and your downs become art, becomes abundance, becomes your ships coming in, and it becomes at first confusing because of the chaos you existed in, and then that moves way to balance and rest and healing. Oh no, wait, this was like this, and this was like this. Four of Swords, Four of Wands, Hangman in reverse, and the Queen of Wands. I love this for you. I could have cried when I pulled these cards for you. So meditation, I feel like you already know that. I don't need to tell you that, right? Meditation. But this is a celebration of accomplishments. You're grateful for making it through this alive. You thank those that helped you make it through it. And, you pay it forward when you can, and you are a good example to those around you. And you teach others how to pay it forward if you have children in your life. In this deck. But it's time to relax and recover. Everyone else can wait. Everyone else just has to wait. They can figure something else out until you're ready to come back from this retreat, renewal, relaxation, like a literal retreat or a spa weekend. But this is about a deep rest and deep relaxation. And in this deck, Hangman in reverse means better times are coming. This is a promise. Better times are coming. So hang in there. Don't over-sacrifice in any way this week. Do not do that. You might do it so often as a Cancer that you don't even notice it. How often that you over-sacrifice So, your new life, your new you won't have to do that, and you won't be asked to do that by your new soulmate either. So look forward to that, you know? Allow yourself to feel your feelings. What is this? Yeah. Before you come here, standing in your power with the Emperor. Oh, and the Nine of Wands in reverse. Hold on, let me think. Hold on, let me pull one card here real quick. Do I have any cards left? Yeah. Okay. Minor warning here. If you're starting to feel lonely, push through those feelings of loneliness right now and don't give in to any feelings of lust at all to anyone, even someone new. Your new soulmate won't come in being pushy sexually. And remember, it's like this new soulmate is everything that the ex wasn't. And with what a Cancer needs in a sexual relationship, we're talking about sensuality, deep connection, trust. True intimacy is very, very important. And they don't want to feel pushed into anything sexually or uncomfortable, or, they're pretty traditional when it comes to their sexuality and their sensuality. So you're probably an adventurous person, but when it comes down to it, you feel the safest when there's a commitment, when it's one-on-one, when there's a deep connection, when you feel safe, and things move slowly. It takes you a really long time to let someone in. You have to trust them first. It's someone that respects family and respects life and respects children. And they have respect for your boundaries and your sexuality. So if someone pops up and it's not necessarily this ex, but they're displaying characteristics like that where they want to be very forward sexually, that's a test from the universe to say not just no to this ex, but anyone like that. That's not what you need. And if someone pokes fun at you, but they're flirty, that's not the right one for you either. Their humor will work well with someone else that's not a Cancer. Okay? So that's a clue for somebody? I don't know. Oh boy. Okay. So if there's any warnings here, don't be impulsive. Don't be reactive. If this person shows up again, they might tell you everything you ever wanted to hear and it's all lies. It's just more manipulation. And they just want to ruin you for leaving them because they didn't get their way. That might not be for everybody. That's just for one person. Minor warning, don't react. Don't do anything out of anger at all this week. This should be you chilling this week. This should be you as Peter from Office Space. Where you decide to be #not bothered in every way. And if you have to retreat literally from society to do that, go ahead and do that with the Hermit and the Fool. Because this new life is all about freedom and true love. and you feeling heard, and you feeling understood. And something that I think is I pulled a few cards about who you might be meeting. And this is just general, so it's not for everybody, but like I was saying, they're going to be everything that this other person wasn't, which was manipulative and sneaky and intellectually dishonest. That person's walking away from someone just like that in their life too. And they're walking away, and you guys are going to meet up together. Accidentally. Like the fates brought you together. You never could have arranged it. You never could have arranged. It's like the hand of God just brings you together after you both fight off these crazy exes, find self-love, and then find each other. And you'll be feeling abundant and excited and on top of the world again. And it's really a change of direction for both of you. So it might be like you have to kind of meet up, and you leave your world and they leave their world, and you go make your own world together, apart from the chaos of this world. And you're going to feel driven to do it. You're going to feel determined. You will feel confident and beautiful and sexy. I see every card here that I want to see for you as you accomplishing everything you were born to do here and being rewarded with it in a beautiful way, a beautiful romantic way. Like I was saying, where you're understood. I choose you, you choose me. And something that's really cool about it is that there's going to be this non-verbal communication between you guys. You'll be able to, I think Cancer needs that. You need to be able to not have to always talk. You don't want to debate. A Cancer doesn't want to debate, especially not in a relationship. So you'll be able to communicate almost telepathically, immediately. And that's a clue. There will be a connection immediately, but not just that physical, I want to jump your bones sort of thing. It's more of a childlike wonder, which moves slowly into friendship, because that's what you need now, which moves slowly into trust, where all these things that we talked about are being met, and it's natural, and it's organic, and it doesn't feel forced, and you never feel forced. And they have the kind of sense of humor that is really smart. And the kind of humor that is really smart takes pain and turns it into joy. It's not hurtful. It doesn't attack others. It doesn't make fun of others. It's not petty. It's not catty. It's caring. And it's smart, and it helps society. So you both bring a light to the world in your own way. And it is deep, and it is meaningful. Natural attraction. And if you're like, what is their sign? I was a little messy here, and I pulled something for them. This is interesting. Wherever God erects a house of prayer, the devil always builds a chapel there. And 'twill be found upon examination, the latter has the largest congregation. So maybe this person is just leaving an organization or a religion or a cult or a community, and they've been battered around by that. Or they were rejected and they felt very low, or very unloved, or very misunderstood. If it wasn't that their ex is psycho, it was that their environment was. So they'll be happy to sweep you off your feet and take you wherever you've ever wanted to go. But they might have some healing that they're doing. In the way that you're healing from relationship, they're healing from a traumatic upbringing, household, family, or environment. Okay, so that's a clue. As far as astrology, I'm seeing here Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. If you know that, if you don't know their birthday and it's just an archetype, this is someone who's very mature. They are self-aware. They are spiritual in understanding nature. They moved from, maybe being like a God-fearing person to understand that God is nature. We are in God. Sitting by the river. You two sitting by the river. Maybe you can be cute little nature babies together, But they're respectful of nature, and they're a part of a conservative ship for the land, or something like that, or they run a nonprofit, even maybe. Lighter hair, taller, robust in the chest. If they're a woman, robust in the chest, maybe. The kind of eyes that change color in the sun. That's really beautiful. I love that. As an archetype, to get into it, they would be just really considerate of everyone. Very balanced emotionally and very generous. So that's what you have to look forward to. Okay, Cancer, I think I'm going to leave it there. I love this for you. This is beautiful. And like I was saying, if you need to, just go sit by some water and cry for like a week. Please make that a priority. Write it down right now and circle it. She by the river sat, and sitting there she wept and made it deeper by the tear. Just reconnect with nature maybe. Cry it out. Go to a retreat. Get to a spa. Find a hot spring. Get to a waterfall. Create it in your own bathroom if you can't. Find it. And a promise that it gets better. And it's about to get better really, really soon. You're about to see your ships come in whatever way you've been working towards it. So congratulations, Cancer. Love you guys. See you for the next one, okay? Bye-bye.